Your breakthrough doesn't begin when life finally gets easier. It doesn't begin when they apologize, when you get the job, or when the pain fades. Your real breakthrough begins the moment you stop fighting battles you were never meant to carry. The moment you silently surrender the weight in your heart to something greater than your understanding. We spend so much of our lives trying to control what we don't fully comprehend, fighting storms with empty hands, chasing people who don't see our worth, and dragging along pain that was never ours to fix. But there comes a point when you realize peace isn't in the fight, it's in the release, and that release, that surrender, that's where your breakthrough begins. Most of us aren't exhausted from life itself. We're exhausted from resisting life. We want outcomes to align with our plans. We want people to behave how we expect. We want timing to obey our impatience. But that need for control slowly eats away at us. It makes us reactive, bitter, and lost. It turns love into fear, connection into possession, and hope into anxiety. When we grip too tightly to what isn't ours to command, we get crushed by the weight of it. Control, you see, is the illusion we hold onto to avoid feeling helpless, but true strength isn't found in how tightly you hold on. It's in how gently you let go. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means you're choosing peace over pride. It means you're choosing to trust that there's a rhythm to life that doesn't need your constant intervention. It means you stop acting like you're the answer to everything and start accepting that the answer isn't always in your hands. There comes a moment in everyone's life, a defining moment, where all your efforts, all your plans, all your strategies fall flat. You try to fix it, force it, manipulate it. You lose sleep, you beg, you overthink. And then one night, alone in your thoughts, you finally whisper, "I can't carry this anymore." And in that quiet moment, something inside you shifts. You're not weaker, you're freer. That's not defeat. That's your first taste of real strength. This moment is sacred. The world may never see it. But in this moment of private surrender, your healing begins. Your clarity begins. Your breakthrough begins. There once was a man who tried everything to save his relationship. He wrote letters, gave gifts, changed his habits, attended therapy, read books, and bent himself out of shape trying to be enough. But nothing worked. The more he gave, the more it drained him. She had already left emotionally, long before she left physically. But he couldn't let go. The idea of losing her meant the death of his identity. Until one night, sitting alone in his car with his head against the steering wheel, he finally broke. Not loudly, not dramatically. Just a whisper inside, "If this is meant to go, let it go. I can't keep doing this." And something unexpected happened. The pain didn't disappear, but the weight did. He cried, not from weakness, but from release. He let her go in his heart, even though he still loved her. In the weeks that followed, his life began to change, slowly, quietly, not with fireworks, but with peace. He started eating again, sleeping, smiling without guilt. Opportunities started showing up that had nothing to do with her, but everything to do with him. He didn't forget her. He didn't hate her, but he no longer needed her to heal. Because the moment he surrendered his pain, life began to rebuild him. That was his breakthrough. You don't always get closure, you don't always get justice, but you do get a choice to carry it or release it. Surrender is not for the weak. It takes unbelievable courage to say, "This is bigger than me. I don't know what comes next, but I trust I don't have to carry it alone." There's a strange beauty in surrender. When you stop forcing, you allow things to flow. When you stop chasing, you give space for what's real to find you. When you stop clenching your fists, you open your hands to receive. You were never meant to fix everything. You were never meant to hold everyone together. You were never meant to know the how, the when, the why. Your job is to keep your heart open, your intentions clean, your soul grounded. The rest, it unfolds when you let go of trying to control it. You can't speed up healing. You can't rush peace. You can't demand meaning from a season that was only meant to teach you stillness. Let it do what it's meant to do. Let life reshape you without resistance. Let go of the narrative that you always need to be strong, always need to understand. Real strength is the ability to bend without breaking, to cry without shame, to wait without panic. Sometimes life feels silent because you're being asked to listen. Sometimes doors close so you'll stop running in circles. Sometimes the people you thought were your future were only meant to be your lessons. Don't fight these things, accept them, release them, surrender them. Your healing doesn't start with revenge. It doesn't start with control. It doesn't even start with answers. It starts with surrender. When you let go, you start to hear again. You start to feel again. You start to see opportunities that were always there, but hidden behind your obsession with fixing what hurt you. When your hands are full of pain, there's no room to receive peace. But when you let go, when you truly, finally let go, what's meant for you begins to flow toward you without resistance. You don't always need a plan. You just need to breathe, you need to trust, and you need to stop gripping so tightly to what is already gone. You won't drown by letting go, you'll drown by holding on too long. There's a point in every battle when a warrior lowers his sword, not because he's lost, but because he's wise enough to know when to stop fighting. That moment doesn't come from weakness, it comes from understanding. You were never meant to fight life. You were meant to flow with it. Let the pain pass through you. Let the loss shape you, not define you. Let the silence grow you. Let surrender free you. You can reclaim your peace without knowing every answer. You can find your way without lighting every step ahead. Sometimes the only thing you need to do is stop pushing and start trusting. Surrender doesn't mean life gets easier, but it does mean you stop exhausting yourself trying to make life perfect. And in that space, something divine begins to happen. You begin to grow into the person you were meant to be, not someone controlling outcomes, but someone trusting the process. It's in surrender that you rediscover yourself. Not the version of you shaped by pain, but the one that existed before the world broke your heart, the one who dreamed without fear, the one who knew that they were supported by something bigger, the one who didn't need to know the future to walk into it bravely. Stop waiting for the world to give you permission to let go. You don't need closure to release it. You don't need revenge to heal. You don't need their apology to move forward. You need one moment of stillness, one deep breath, one quiet decision. I give this up, not because I've lost, but because I've chosen peace over pain. That is your breakthrough. That is your moment. That is your silent victory. And that is where the light gets in. No more forcing, no more chasing, no more begging. Breathe, let go, surrender, because your breakthrough starts the moment you do.